Boom, baby, we're live. What is up, everybody? It's me, MLD. Welcome to Interview with the Man. Exotic dancer says all men are attractive. Here in episode 832, we have got a lot to unpack here. And I'm a little bit late because I was on another show. As you know, I'm so cripplingly famous and in demand by men and women alike to be on their podcasts. I was with Dr. Melons herself on her channel. She was very kind enough to have me on her channel. And yeah, here we are. So we're going to get right into it today. Buckle up, because this is going to shatter all of the beliefs that you have that are wrong, that women just want a guy that's 6 foot tall, 6-pack abs, 6-figure salary. Okay, this is going to completely and totally dispel that, and it's going to give you hope for you guys that are hardworking, coachable, optimistic, positive people. You're the ones I can get results for. You're going to want to watch this one, trust me.
Established.
Make money, make muscles, learn game, hold frame. It starts with learning dating, and then you move on to something else to push humanity forward. That is the philosophy of modern life dating.
I am teaching you how to be strong. I am teaching you how to be powerful. So when bad things happen to you, you don't quit.
Okay, because you don't know
how.
Because you don't know.
No, if I'm not going to explain to myself.
In normal conversation where people aren't sitting around and patronizing you because you're loud and obnoxious, and a lot of people don't want to confront you and tell you that. But I'll tell you that right now, young lady. You're very loud and obnoxious, and you're rude.
You wanted to blow it up and make me seem like something I'm not, and I didn't appreciate that. But that's okay. You can do what you want to do for your content.
Oh boy, somebody's triggered.
And
She's
you can do
triggered.
that. No, Adam sent me a clip.
You should want a woman that you can build with.
She can build me a sandwich.
My man,
It's common sense in every other country in the god world, but here you got to get out of god Venn diagram and be like, hey, don't post half-naked photos of yourself because you're going to attract predators. Hello, everybody. Let's get this party started, shall we? The gift that keeps on giving is here. It's me. I promise you, I'm going to show up on time eventually. It's just, look, we just had daylight savings time. For you guys, it's no problem. But for me, I have to wake up a whole hour earlier and start a whole hour earlier. But hey, better late than never. And more importantly, better my content than someone else out there who, quite frankly, doesn't know what they're talking about. The more I go on into this space, right? Because I was talking to somebody last night, and it was a friend of mine here in Tokyo. And, you guys are more caught up on manosphere drama than I am. I don't even care. Because here's I'm gonna just clear the air just from my perspective. Okay, what this space used to be, because as you know, I belong on the manosphere Mount Rushmore. I have done my part. Okay, I'm the first one to go positively viral for our cause. I went on whatever podcast, and then everybody started copying me. Right? And then everybody started going, trying to pick up my scraps, trying to recreate my greatness as usual, but they couldn't, right? And it's always been about the 4 things behind me: money, muscles, game, frame. This has always been about, you know, this has always been about self-improvement, change, right? You don't have what you want because you haven't changed to become the person who can attract that. It's a big difference there. Okay. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And this channel has always been a channel of transformation. Now, when Fresh and Fit first started off, they were copying, they were doing everything. I'm the one who gave Myron the blueprint for Money Mondays, Womanizers Wednesdays, Free Consultation Friday. I said, that's the plan. Run it with that. And it's been very, very, very successful for them, right? The problem now is a lot of people have shifted their message to just trashing women. And the problem we have right now with the culture, with the dating problem, everything, is because it's the men. Men are at the forefront of all of this. It's men's fault. It is men's fault for simping. It is men's fault for gassing these girls up. So their heads are so big. It's not women gassing each other up, and they don't get the same hit. Like when a man gasses up a woman, it's way better for them than when a woman gasses her up, right? And this whole place has kind of turned into like people just bad mouthing who can bad mouth women the most and be the most entertaining. And that's what's happened. Very few people are actually giving you the tools, the resources, and everything to actually transform and become the guy that you need to be so you can get all the girls. And I'm telling you, it is so easy. It's never been easier. Like, because the guy that you have to beat isn't like the 6 foot tall, 6-pack abs, 6-figure guy. That's not the guy you have to beat. You have to beat the average fat slob, which is really not that hard at all. Like in the 1970s, in the 1980s, the 1990s, every guy was pretty much slender, like a muscular build, right? They weren't these, like, if you watch Seinfeld, and there's a character on there named George Costanza. George was the fat nerd in the 90s. George was the butt of the jokes. He's balding, he's fat, you know, he's short, he's got glasses, right? That used to be the line in the sand. And even George got pussy in the show. Now it's like the average guy is huge. He's gigantic. He's addicted to pornography. He's all that. Like, that's who you have to beat. He's a simp. The amount of guys, like, I'm pretty hard on myself, right? I just made a new friend and she's an amazing woman. And she's like a real estate beast, bro. This woman is like out here doing deals in the millions. And we've only been talking for like a month now. And even she could tell me, she picked up on how hard I am on myself. But when I see you guys, because of talking, I guess because I just, you know, I see it from a different perspective because I've been in the game for so long. You guys, so many of you guys don't even realize how supplicating you are in your communication to women. Like, you guys are low-key jumping in women's frame as soon as you meet them. That alone is just like something that can be rectified with like 2 weeks of talking to you. And then you're set for life. But some of you guys don't even realize how many problems you have. It's a lot. It's a mess. It's you know, what needs to be undone is pretty large work. But the good news is I'm having a higher and higher success rate with my coaching because more and more guys are giving up. And the more guys that give up, the easier it gets to win. It's never been easier to win right now. You guys have these like wild standards. I will say this, the one hard thing is if you are obese, you know, if you are clinically obese, you have a lot of work to do. You got a lot of work to do. But even then, like I said, if you talk to enough girls and you shoot your shots enough, women will like you. And that's what we're going to do in today's episode. I'm going to show this. I found this one by accident. I don't know how I found this. But before we get going, shout out to everybody in the chat. We are across the board. We're live on X. We're live on YouTube. And we're live on Rumble. We're right on Rumble. Don't forget, hit that comment button if you're watching on replay. Hit the like button if you're watching right now. And you have an urgent or pressing question, go ahead and send a super chat. Okay, we got everything open. Looking good. Looking good. Happy to have everybody here. She interviewed Sterling Cooper a few years ago. Really? That's pretty cool. Louis Lifton Lawyers now says, what's up? So apparently some of you guys know this, eh? Mm-hmm. Bro, they can change in 3 months. Girls love it when you work hard. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Very true. So let's go to comment review, shall we? Trigger warning alert. Okay. Yesterday's episode was not for the faint of heart. Yesterday's episode, if you watched yesterday's episode and you're still here today, for you, I've got to say, there is hope. You have what it takes, I would say, because yesterday's episode was just a very matter-of-fact episode. One of the brothers from the community reached out to me on Twitter, mentioned about the episode to me yesterday. Our good guy, he's been watching me for quite some time, Paul, and you know, I thought I was going to get a lot more pushback in the comments for yesterday because it was pretty. Like I said, yesterday's episode was signs you may be a beta male forever. Signs just mean you might be, eternally cooked. And you don't realize it. Really, really good. We got 142 likes. Only one person disliked it, and that's okay. I want that person to understand the problem is you. And if you're still walking around watching it, even after pushing this thumb down, you trust your instincts as you keep watching. Because change is the only way things get done, guys. Change is the only way. You got to change. And if your feelings got hurt yesterday, it's because I was right. So here we go. Let's jump right into it. I put this quote here. We're all self-made. Just a few want to admit because they are proud of what they created. Okay. The Man Welding says, this is correct. I grew up in a single mother household with a lot of feminine influence, had to get out, grow up, and unlearn a lot of what I grew up thinking. Yeah, that was I played that scene from Empire Strikes Back when Yoda tells Luke, you must unlearn what you have learned. That's a big problem. The older you get, the longer you wait to try and turn your life around, the more you have to unlearn. And the more of a stubborn donkey you are, and the more likely you are to be set in your ways. Telling you, don't waste time. Time ends up wasting you. Okay. Ryan C. You refuse to pull punches and always tell us the truth. That's why you always have my respect, MLD. Thank you very much. Mighty Zane. The advice given on Zepode around frame is life-changing. Thank you. Tap to share business. As you get older, you just have to put in work just to break even. Yep, it's true. Shout out to this is my brother down in South Africa. Got a good, successful business he's doing down there. Ibanez, bro, it's so true. Hate to admit it. 3817. What was I saying? It's at home. They always see you like a child. It doesn't matter if you're 25. Oh, your mommy and daddy always looking. Yeah, you always get a kid, mommy, daddy's eyes. MLD, scorched earth in this one. Great episode. Definitely agree. Get out ASAP. It will slow and eventually fuck up your progress as a man. Yes, true. JJ, the water bearer, she says, very interested in this live. I appreciate how you identify women that have been doing too much is actually nurturing, organizing, and creating safe space or sacred space for the man. Your chivalry goes to show in your words, MLD. Thank you. You're welcome. Real women can raise men. It just feels better to have men take the reins to raise their children, to be strong, intelligent, and overall generally stable mind, body, spirit. But my man will put God in between everything. Our house will serve the Lord together as unit. I mean, it's good as long as you're on the same page, But it's better to let a guy, like a woman, just like, for example, I think you're right about everything except for one thing. Like, a woman can't teach a guy to be effectively violent, right? Only a man can truly explain the beautiful intricacies of violence that is a male art, you know? And sometimes you have to violently attack problems in your life, like metaphorically speaking, right? And it's just that masculine aggression that women do not have. That's why I say when I notice a pattern, the guys that I know that have the most problems are the ones raised by women. And it's because they're just like, it's like they're a nerfed guy. If like you could take like a man from like, say, you know, Elden Ring or so, Elder Scrolls or something like that, and you're like, this character's too strong. We got to nerf him. Like, let's make him a little bit fatter. Let's make him a little bit less aggressive. Let's weaken his eyes and give him some glasses, and let's shave his head, make him a little less attractive, make him bald, and yeah, let's just nerf this guy a little bit. That's like a guy raised by a single mom. You know, you got to get away from that. It's no bueno. Victor Ramirez, he says, a man's alcohol habits are a big telltale sign for me on the type of guy they are. Yes, very true. I'm 25 and most of my friends still live at home, and even the guys who won't will find ways to justify having a few beers, glass of wine at night. Yeah, I know somebody like that right now. He's in his 40s, trying to get a serious relationship, doesn't want to accept the fact that he's like has to have a drink every night. I'm like, dude, you're an alcoholic. Like, if you have to have booze every night or like multiple nights a week just because you love it, you're an alcoholic. On top of that, it's usually coupled with something that's wasting your time, like Sunday night football or poker night. Sunday night football, I get. If you worked all night, this is personal though. This is personal preference. If you've worked hard all week and you want to veg out on Sunday and watch 6 hours of football, I think if you put in 6 hours or 6 days of work and you enjoy watching NFL football on Friday, you're like, you know what? I just want to veg out. I veg out sometimes. I'll work like 5, 6, 7 days in a row, and then I'll take like 1 or 2 days off in a row. But I think as long as you're productive, you don't have to be like this weirdo that's just like always mega on, always like stressed out. Like, you have to, there are times in life where you strategically need to pull back and retreat, rest, regroup, re-strategize, re-optimize ideally, and then tack again. So I do get what you're saying though. Like, if it's every week, you're like drinking in Sunday football. Like, come on. Yeah, what are you, fucking hillbilly? The next day is never as effective, true, as it could be if you didn't drink at all. Very, very true. If you're making excuses to consume something with no value, what other excuses are you making in other parts of your life? This guy's pretty base. Good job. This is well thought out there, Mr. Ramirez. 100% spot on, MLD. I only drink if I'm taking a girl out or celebrating a large accomplishment, keeping it 2 to 3 max. Keep the good work, brother. I feel like you are the leader of the YouTube channel when you talk to me like this. But this is good. This is good stuff. I should be thanking you. One's in the chat for this guy if you agree with Victor how to say. 2 if you disagree. I'd like to see what you guys at home have to say. Faction St. Louis 485. I'm a 24-year-old male still living at home with mom. I've already come to realization that I'll never grow as a man until I move out of the house. Get out. Get out. I'm planning to move out before 2026. Jesus, it's such a long time. Regardless how much money I've saved, and going to do what I have to live up to my potential. Good stuff. Good episodes. This is Baron Gaslight. Thank you. Your username's funny. I'm 35 with my elderly mother. That's different. 10-year drive spell. Never had a girlfriend. Yikes. I make around 20K a year. Fucked my life up good. Jesus Christ. Is this real? This is exactly like the symptoms I described during the show. B-boy Red Moon. Jesus, I'm 35 with my elderly mother. 10-year drive spell. Never had a girlfriend. I make around 20K. Fuck yeah, bro. That's what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, you guys think, don't let the male ego get the best of you and think the rules don't apply to you. Okay? When I made the most amount of money in my entire life, I was hanging around the richest people I knew at the same time. Lost access to those rich people, you know? Sales taking a dip. I don't think that's coincidence. An alpha male raised by a single mom, e.g. MLD, will succeed in life. Thank you for your kind words. A beta male raised by a strong father will fail in life. That's also pretty true. John is the only guy in the space telling truth, i.e. certain guys will be a beta male forever. Yes. However, I think this fact relates to genetics rather than single moms, or at very least a combination of two. But I will say this. I'll add my caveat at the end. Hold on. This video deserves to go viral as it is a brutal truth which 99 content creators are too scared to talk about. Admit. Yeah, facts. Thank you so much. You get a heart for that. Just like everybody else. Sorry. I'll give you a comment. I think you're watching right now. Thank you. I use a little public clout there. Also, John is objectively successful. Many guys of age crashed out with 18 years, child support, alimony, lost 50% of the assets, lost their kids, lost their house, and lost their money and legal fees. It's kind of incredible. John has evolved all these common pitfalls. Despite being raised by a single mom, he seems to be a genetic alpha with strong inner game. He doesn't seem to simp like most guys. Thank you very much. This is a very nice one. Like I said, hey, listen. I think you guys know what I'm going to say. I'm just saying. I'm not one of these content creators that gets on camera and is like, I got married. I got finessed. I got divorce raped. I'm this. I'm that. Clean as a whistle. Okay. Clean as a whistle. My wife isn't threatening me with divorce. Okay. I'm not even fucking married. Okay. I never got finessed into a marriage and then had to pay all this money and then get involved like single moms seriously and to deal with all this shit. I'm just saying my track record is fucking clean. I am the finesser. I am not the finessee. Okay. You're never going to see that one here. Now, have I taken L's in relationships? For sure. But never did I get married to some bitch and she's running me and divorcing me and fucking my life up. Hey, listen. Why you got to name drop like that? I'm proud of who I am. I feel like I've done pretty good. And most importantly, I'm not sitting online bitter about women, talking shit about women. Like my whole brand isn't around like, oh, avoid these pitfalls, a single mother. Like, bro, I have wonderful women in my life. I'm a wonderful guy. I mean, we're just wonderful people together. So, and you know, I have a dynamic range of women. I'm like rated G. Okay. It's like marketing. You know, if you do like a rated R movie, like your demographic is limited. You know, I got girls ages 18 to, you know, in their 50s saying you are a sexy man. You know, I'm playing my cards right. I'm not out here like, oh, all women are whores and you're going to ruin your life and You know, I'll give it to you straight. Like I was saying yesterday, you know, and yesterday we didn't even fucking factor in IQ, because another part of this is this. Some guys are just going to be too stupid. They're literally going to be incapable of maintaining a relationship and having something long-term that they want. They're literally just like mentally incapable people. I'm not talking about retarded either. I'm talking like, you know, the 90 IQ guy. He's just like throttled. But I will say this: do marriage cause divorce? My one point of contention is I do think that effort is the great equalizer. I really do. I believe in my heart. I think if you work hard, whatever flaws you have, you can overcome them. Like the gym, You know, if you have like genetically shitty legs, but you just go every week to the gym and you crush it in the calves. You do calves like literally 5 days a week to like force your body to grow. And you do legs, lunges, you know, hip thrusts, squats, whatever your deadlifts, whatever your leg exercise of choice is. If you're getting proper sleep, proper protein, proper training, and you give it time, I think with anything you can overcome. Like I said, I overcame so much. And the thing is, I think behind the scenes, you guys don't see it. The people who are close to me see it. But ask any of these guys who text me, that's in the chat right now. I'm like always almost immediate reply. I am just always locked in, working with the community, working with guys in my monthly coaching. I am just very, very on it. I am always working. These guys don't barely hit me up. Like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm playing video games. Oh, just watching this documentary. Like every time somebody hits me, like, what are you doing? Working. What are you doing? Working in the gym, in kickboxing. You know, effort is a great equalizer, guys. I'm addicted to giving effort. Like if I have trouble sitting down and relaxing. I do. It's my weak points. I have trouble sitting down and just doing nothing. So effort is a great equalizer. People pleasing is the main symptom holding these guys back. Living to people please is soul self-deletion. Agreed. On second note, some would say that the codependent is even more horrible person than the narcissist who's abusing them. And that's the dynamic here with men who are codependent with their mothers. Yeah, now you're talking with that word codependent. Yikes. Video games are childish, says Ibanez. Thank you for your opinion, sir. I will continue to be a childish person. Would you like to see this? This is my Xbox controller, but it's not just a regular Xbox controller. Okay. It's an Xbox Elite because the sensitivity is better on here. So not only do I want to play video games, but I want to play video games with a statistical advantage to decimate the opponents I play in video games. I may be a child, but I am an efficient child. Thanks to Xbox Elite. I should get money for these commercials. This is just natural talent. But anyways, Ibanez, you are entitled to your opinion. I will be your verbal punching bag if that's what makes you feel better. If that can help you get to your goal, like Jesus dying on the cross, I will die on the cross for your pettiness. If that can help you be a better man, you can continue to call me a child. Speaking of children, we're going to do today's episode. And we're going to be talking about this woman. She says the raw attractive power all men have that women won't admit to feeling. You see, the biggest problem with guys is they don't understand game from a woman's perspective. And because of that, right, you project your desires and wants on a woman. And you think that's what she wants. Okay. So one thing you got to realize is what you're attracted to in a partner is not what a woman is attracted to. Women and men are very similar in some ways that a lot of people don't want to admit. Okay. Like you guys have, the average guy has a fantasy thinking like women are not like lustful creatures. Like they don't like desire and seek after men. Right. Like when we look at a girl and she has like, you know, she's at, let's say a girl's at the gym, she's wearing a tight sports bra and she has some nice boobs. We look at that and we get sexually attracted. We're like, wow, that is attractive. I want to have sex with this woman because she's an attractive person. Okay. Women look at guys and think the same thing. And how you, in your mind, know, you look at some girls that are kind of like pigs and be like, I'd do it. You know, I'd knock it out the park. She's a little fat, whatever. Right. The same way that you have your little secret judgment system, women do too. Okay. you guys just think because a woman's like super gorgeous, she wants like a jacked guy with 6 foot tall, the 6'6", right? But the reality is multiple women are attracted to multiple different things. You're projecting your value system onto these women. And that's why you lose, because maybe deep down in your heart, you want to be jacked. You want to be 6-pack abs. You want to be 6-figure salary, but you don't trust yourself. You don't believe in yourself. You doubt yourself, and you don't take the shots. But then now you're in this weird position where, you're projecting all these things that are actually just what you want in life. And that's another reason just to go after your goals, because at least you're gonna have more peace of mind. Like if you want to be jacked, we have shitty genetics. Dude, I have shitty genetics. I bodybuilder genetics, weightlifting genetics. My genetics are shit. My strength in life is my brain. And you got to get in where you can fit in. Okay. But that doesn't mean I'm just going to give up on the gym. Right? Oh, this guy. Weren't you like in the chat yesterday, like freaking out? I feel like this was you yesterday. You were like in here, like, oh, you're calling people their rainbow F word. You're back, eh? You're back for more. I like to see it. Yesterday's episode was designed to repel a certain type of person away from my channel, because we're refining our audience structure. And I do not want to attract people that are try hard wannabes. I don't attract people who are ready to work and believe they can make a choice. That's what I want. Okay. So I think that was you, right? No? What up to UKC? Cool. Was that you? I'm looking at this guy. Where is that him? He doesn't talk. All right, whatever. Anyways, let's go to this video. Now, some backstory on this. So she's an exotic dancer. And girls like her, I like chicks like her because some women just tell you how it is, right? But some women don't want to give away the game because they want to finesse as many men as possible. They for them, it's an information war. Okay. But I wanted to play this and break this down today for you people who are watching us, because it's really important for you to understand that women, they do feel attracted to you. Okay. And when you guys initially, here's another thing. When you feel that initial, like when you see a woman and you're instantaneously like, oh my God, I'm attracted to that girl, I want to talk to her. That's the muscle you have to flex. You have to get used to that. Sometimes you're going to take an L. Okay. Sometimes you're just going to take an L, but that is the like instinctual drive that you have as a man, that it's you going after what you want. Right. But when you stop it in the little day-to-day things, you stop it everywhere. Right. This woman right here is really, really, really wise in that sense when she explains this. And you guys got to realize this too. Again, I want to reiterate, I have hooked up with some women that are like so beautiful to me to a degree. I'm like, damn, is this bitch like trying to finesse me? Like what? Like, because she's just so fine, but there's no money involved. There's no promise of money, nothing. It's just like some girls just like you guys, and then the more you work on yourself to be attractive, the more you work on yourself to have personality, have confidence. And again, the only way you're going to get confidence is by accomplishing goals. So if you're not accomplishing goals, you're going to be trying, then yeah, you're cooked. Like you might as well just get out of the way, roll over, accept life's going to suck because you're not taking any action, move on with it. Okay. But if you do actually do the work, and I'm telling you, it's never been easier, bro, because so many guys are giving up. So many guys are giving up now. It has never been easier.
Hello guys, it is me, Victoria, okay? So for today's video, I want to talk about something very personal. I've wanted to make a video about this for a while, but it's embarrassing and extremely personal and honestly makes me vulnerable. And it's something I do not like to tell anyone, all right? But I feel it could be a very interesting video topic and very useful to certain people out there, mainly guys. So, all right. This is going to get like a bit sexual, so if you're not interested in that, please stop watching now, okay? So basically, you know how guys see a girl differently, heterosexual guys. I'm talking about heterosexual people in this video, all right? So you know how heterosexual guys, they see a girl differently than like a girl sees herself, okay? So let's say like when guys go to a strip club versus like when girls go to a strip club. When girls go to strip club, they're like, woo! And I'm talking about like female strippers, right? They're like, woo, this is so much fun. Oh my God, we love you. And like, you're amazing. And like, they're giggling and they're having so much fun, right? When guys go, it's kind of more serious because guys are feeling the feminine energy, if you will, a bit more strongly than women are, right? Women are thinking it's beautiful and maybe they're getting a little bit of like sexy from the girls, and but they're not really having the same reaction as guys are having. The guys are hypnotized. They're being put in a trance. Their hormones have gone like insane, and their hormones.
That's a good point that she makes there too. This is also regarded to holding frame, right? A lot of you guys, a woman shows up and start talking to you, and you immediately get soft. You're like, oh, hey, what's up? I'll do whatever. Oh. And it's like, dude, women are more impressed because that's the average guy's reaction, first of all. So women are more impressed when they walk up on you and you're just like not impressed. Like even if she looks good, I'm not saying like to demean her or belittle her, but you're just like, you don't lose frame. You're not impressed. You're just kind of like, yeah, just another beautiful woman. Like, is there anything else to you? Or is this it? One, you puts you in a frame of woman qualifying to you. But two, that's how I meet everybody. Like, you shouldn't be simping or anything for anybody. Right. Even when I met Michael Jordan, as big as a name and fan he was, I didn't lose frame. I was like, oh, cool. It's Michael Jordan. Shook his hand. And that was it. People don't like it. And the people who will like that are not the people you want in your life, because they're going to do their best to take advantage of you. Right. But yeah, that's the thing when she talks about you guys getting hypnotized and stuff. And that's the average guy, but no frame. You meet a girl and you immediately, oh. Women don't like it because they're like, this guy's a fool. This guy get tricked by any bitch.
Have given them like sex brain to the point where they're just
If you guys have any questions asked, I answer, just go ahead, send a super chat or Rumble rant.
Almost out of control. Similarly, when I see a pair of boobs, I'm just like, okay, yeah, a pair of boobs, big whoop. Very nice or whatever. Like when my boyfriend, for example, sees one, it's a totally different experience. I'm just like, I really don't get it. But that's kind of man goggles, you know what I'm saying? So there's a very similar thing for women seeing men. But I really believe that a lot of men have no idea that women feel this way about guys, because maybe not everyone does to the same degree. Like, not all women feel this way to the same degree, but men have a sexual energy, a male energy too, that my point is that probably only women can see and feel and reflect back to them.
Yeah, it's like what she's talking about is like when you are, it's what you feel for women. Like when a woman, okay, like for example, if a woman ever gets near you, right, physically near you, especially if you're like spotting a woman at the gym, or if you do jujitsu and you're grappling with a girl, or you're getting, you're getting a massage, or you're at the, manicure, pedicure, whatever, that sexual attention that you feel, sometimes women feel that too. So that's another thing. Like one thing about being a player, one thing about being a guy that gets pussy is like you're not ashamed of your sexual impulses, and you express it in a healthy way. You're just like, yeah, whatever, bitch, fucking like you. A lot of guys like try to pretend like, oh, I don't like you. No, it's just like you're a goof, you're a goofball, right? Don't apologize for being who you are. Don't apologize for that's why like walking up, that's the most gangster shit, and it's the most gangster shit in the world, bro. If you could walk up to a girl in the street, just like in the street, not talking in the club, not talking like in the daytime, walk up to a girl, listen, hey, I just thought you're beautiful and I want to say what's up. Or you don't have to say it. Like, hey, what's up? I just want to introduce myself. I'm Jonathan. I saw you over there. What's your name? And to do that, meet the girl, have a good time with her, be flirtatious, be seductive, go have a date with her, and end up sleeping with her. You're the man, bro. Top, the creme de la creme of men can do that. And I'm saying a baddie too, right? Like if you're scooping a grandma, whatever. If here, I will say this: if you still, no matter if you're out here walking up to girls in the real world and you're pulling them and they're not repulsive, that already is some real gangster man shit that very few guys cannot. They cannot do that. Very few guys can do that. Okay, I would say I'll put you in the fucking literally the top, probably 1%. It is the most effective skill you can have in your arsenal as a man. Imagine, like, because this is the experience of the average guy. He talks to a girl, immediately defaults to her, immediately goes in her frame, immediately simps for her. Even if he doesn't want to bang her, he just like you automatically nerf yourself for half the population of the planet. So these girls will beat you in business. These girls will beat you in job applications. You can be part of the elite, though, just by not losing frame. And understand, you're not inconveniencing these girls. They have sexual desires, too. They have wants as well. It's very true.
And that they themselves, men, cannot really feel and see it in themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the reason I had to make this video is because some of my male friends, like, they get really dejected and down because, they have not had much luck with women. And maybe women have made fun of them in the past and said, like, they're unattractive in these certain ways. And they feel there is something defective about who they are, that they are just somehow fundamentally unattractive to women.
And they'll approach one girl. And then they're gonna be like, write like a 19-page field report on the Red Pill subreddit when it was still up. Bro, the majority of women are gonna reject you guys. That's why volume is the only thing that works. Volume is the only thing that works. And this is wrong. So marriage causes divorce. You're wrong. Women feel this way about Chad. She's talking about a woman's Chad is subjective. You do realize that, right? There's not like a uniform Chad blueprint. I'm telling you, and I'm not dissing you, but you're speaking from ignorance. I'm telling you guys. One time, one of the hottest girls I've ever hooked up with. Okay, I'll tell you a story. She's a Puerto Rican woman. Okay, and she was staying in my Airbnb, and she came early. I was in the Airbnb, literally like wearing shorts, some Under Armour beat up top with bleach stains on it, and I'm literally mopping the tile floor. She walks in and she runs up on me, right? Before she leaves, she's like, "Is the number on Airbnb your cell phone?" I was like, "Yeah." And I'm just kissing her ass because she's a customer, right? Because that's the only context I'll kiss ass. If I'm taking your money, I need you to leave me a good review on Airbnb. And I know women are like the most insufferable, fucking nitpicky complainers on Airbnb. If you've ever ran an Airbnb, you know what I'm talking about. Men are the easy ones, you know. What's up, bro? Let's come back and give you a discount. Just leave me a 5-star review. America first. Women, like, how are you? So happy to have you here. Here's your welcome message. Did you check in okay? How's your stay going? Here's checkout rules. Did you check out okay? Please leave me a 5-star review. I'll give you one too. I'll let you have a discount. You got to do all this shit. So I'm kissing her ass, whatever. And she's like, I need a number. I was like, here you go, ma'am. I am just your little brown boy to do your bidding. Okay. She texts me. She starts texting me some shit. And I'm just like, this woman's fucking fine, bro. This woman, like, objectively, some guys would say she's a 10. She's texting me, you know, and I feel like she's fiending for dick. And she's like, I love this room. I just got out of the shower. She's sending me audio message that's self-delete too, right? Like they, you know, after you listen, they delete. So this is where you have to have game too. You got to understand, like, is this fucking bitch up to something, you know? And I wasn't, at that time, I wasn't like super jacked, super shredded, you know? I wasn't even thinking I wanted to even shoot my shot at this bitch. So, you know, I'm here, you know, dirty clothes McGee mopping, and then she's texting me this shit. And I'm like, is this bitch really doing what I think she's doing? And so we have a guest. Hi.
Hola.
I'm telling my story, my Airbnb story.
Okay.
You look very pretty tonight. Tonight's makeup is the best I've seen.
Wow.
It's a compliment. It's a good thing. What's wrong with you?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Anyways, I was telling my story.
Mm-hmm.
I was dirty, mopping the floors like a peasant. And, you know, this smoke show woman, she's my Airbnb client. And she's like, asked me for my number through the Airbnb app. She's like, is this your number in case I need you? I was like, yes. Cause I'm just like, you know, little bitch boy when it comes to my Airbnb clients. I'm like, whatever you need, just give me the 5-star review. I don't want any problems. So then she starts sending me these audio messages, you know, the ones that delete on iPhone. And she's like, I just got out of the shower and I just felt like a little girl jumping on this bed and I like everything. Right, exactly. I'm like, when I heard, I was like, did you mention getting out of the shower and then feeling like a little girl? I was like, what's happening here? So I said, have a great night. Next morning, she texts me, hey, we have a problem. I was like, fuck. She's like, I really don't like all these scratches on this frying pan. Like, can you provide us with a new one? And I was like, right away. And so I sped over to Walmart, came over. I'm like, hey, here you go. I'm very sorry about that. And I met her sister, and her sister's fiance was there too. I was like, hi, everybody. You know, she's like, this is the guy. She's touching me on my lower back, like, hey, how are you? Thank you. And I'm like, this bitch is, what is this bitch doing? So then I go home and she texts me, thank you so much. I'm so happy. This is the best frying pan. I was like, this is like $9 this is $9 frying pan from Walmart. What's going on here? So then she texts me at night. And she's like, I'm having trouble with my camera. It's 10 o'clock at night. I'm having trouble with my camera. Do you think you can come by? And I was just like, fuck it. I'm going for it. I'm going to make a move. And I go over there. And then she's there. She's wearing like this tight little sundress. And she's like, yeah, the camera. And I just walked up to her and I started making out with her, kissing her. Because I just knew. I knew what was going on. She doesn't have any panties on. And her sister and her fiance are sleeping upstairs in the Airbnb. And she's like, shh, let's go. We go up to the room and we do our thing. And she's an animal. And she's like, come inside me. Like, yeah, like zero objections to anything. So anyways, do our thing, whatever, go home. The next day, she's ice cold. Ice cold. I felt like she was like a predator. Like she needed my seed and now she got me. She's like, I don't need this anymore. And I completely can tell she was changing her behavior. Anyways, I go by a couple of days later just to check on everything. I see another car's there. And then it says, you know, U.S. military plate and everything. And it turns out this chick was married on top of that. And her husband just showed up a couple days later to spend time with her sister and the fiance. And so the moral of the story is, guys, like, these girls will do what they want when they meet an attractive guy. So you got to put yourself out there, and you can't like automatically think, oh, this girl's way hotter than me, so I never have a chance. This woman was so down that she was willing to risk, you know, getting busted and all that in order to bang me in my little rinky-dink Airbnb, you know? Some people say she was revenge cheating, whatever. Well, nobody knows, guys. None of you guys know. But the point I'm trying to make is there's an attraction that women have for men, and it's equivalent to us being attracted to them. Like, and that's why I brought, your name is wrong, but I brought Dr. Melons because she has the PhD in human evolutionary reproductive science. And you know, would you like to add to the you know, the moral of the story here, that women do feel a sense of attraction? That's why you keep coming on my show, obviously. Just
Oh God.
No, but women are human. Yes.
yes. So your feelings are mere normal.
Oh God. I mean, that's why I picked the cute guy over the wealthier guy when I was dating. That I'm like, it's not the smart choice. It's not the genius choice, but I'm like, wow.
Oh, that is funny. Chat is hilarious. That is funny. But women have desires for. Did you? My friend, I have a friend here in Tokyo. She is so beautiful. She's from New Jersey. She's Asian, but she has bleach blonde hair. She is incredible shape. She doesn't drink. She's so smart. She's really, really hot. All right.
What's the problem?
Well, she has a boyfriend, but we were talking about, you know, our past and stuff. And she told me, like, she called this one guy Baldy because he was balding. She was like, he was balding and he had a small dick. She's like, but I just really couldn't get enough of the guy, you know? And have you ever been attracted to a guy that like wasn't publicly maybe acceptable by public standards?
Well, when I was younger, my initial mating strategy was, I want someone that other people don't find attractive, but I find attractive, so that I don't have to deal with all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't like that. It's anxiety. I don't need that. But unfortunately, what a lot of girls found attractive was getting one-upping on me. So like, it didn't matter what I went for. So I learned pretty quickly after that time, just go for what you want, because they're going to try no matter what you pick.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it.
It's true. Chatter Steve sent a $2 Rumble rant, and he says, dude, I have a 12-inch penis, and I cannot seem to keep a girlfriend for more than a few days. After they experience my sizable love rocket, I never go balls deep like most guys. Well, she's not leaving because your penis size. She's leaving because your penis is attached to you, and you're a gigantic faggot. That's women don't want to be with little jokesters like you. So it's tough. It's tough. All right, shall we? Have you seen this video?
No idea.
And I myself have rejected a lot of guys, back when I used to date. And
how old is she?
She's probably in her 20s.
I rejected a lot of guys.
I don't know.
That's not 20. It's like 60.
5 years ago. I don't know. Chat, no, they got our biography down.
It's for different reasons.
Late 40s. Okay, so
maybe
she's
this
my
one
age.
was too shy. Maybe this one was too quiet. How ironic, right? Since I'm like the shyest and quietest among us all. But maybe this guy, he wasn't confident enough. Maybe this guy, I didn't like his looks really that much. Maybe this guy, he wasn't like, acting cool enough or something. Maybe this guy, he was kind of too like begging and stuff, and maybe this guy, he wasn't a good kisser. All of that, all of those reasons to reject a guy did not take away from the way, how do I put this? All these reasons that I rejected guys, all right? I still felt each of these guys attractive power-ass guys. It's like they were doing annoying things, and they were doing things which I couldn't accept, that my high standards or whatever at the time would not let me accept them for.
Agree or disagree, Dr. Melons, as the resident woman of the panel?
I'm very happy I did not accept any of my exes, but things worked out well for me, not for other people.
Hey, for winners to exist, there must be losers.
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes. But did you feel attraction for some of these guys, even though you rejected? Because you're like, ugh.
No. I never did that. I dated people. I gave them like at least one date to see if I liked them before I reject. I never just like somebody comes up to me and they're not attractive, I reject them. But that's not something, unless I was dating someone or something like that. But like I was very much like, I don't want someone who everybody wants.
Right. I mean, I think women have it too. Like how guys will look at a woman and be like, yeah, I guess I could do it. I feel like women have that too. There is like a similar thing that women exist with. It's not like women have all this incredible standards across the board. Like I'm pretty sure you've seen some guys that your girlfriends are in, like head over heels for some of these guys.
All of them, and it's like very uncomfortable.
Elaborate. Go ahead. Go on.
I feel bad. I don't want to say anything publicly. Okay, but like they're just very unattractive.
I don't want to say anything publicly, as she says on a YouTube channel.
Shut up. They'll have like big, huge guts, and then they'll wear disgusting anime too tight t-shirts with their tight guts and they're like man boobs. And then like their wives would be like, he's so strong. And I'm like, okay, he can't even.
Just keep going about the anime shirts and
okay, anime shirts. I don't know what anime. I don't watch anime. They're old. They're like 50s. They shouldn't have an anime shirt. I'm sorry if that's offending you guys, but there's an age where you throw childish things away. Anyways, it's the gut and the tight and oh my god, and they wear tight jeans. And they have like, you know, like those bulldog type bodies where like the legs are really skinny. And then there's a huge gut on top of the jeans, like kind of folding over the jeans, like really tight. And then the tight anime thing. And then what else? Oh, the remember when IPA was a thing, and they would think that they were like hipsters, and they'd go to the bar and get a bunch of IPA that didn't realize that it was turning them into men and giving them breast tissue. And they just kept drinking it, and their boobs kept getting bigger and bigger, and they would grow their facial hair and design it. And it was so disgusting. And they thought they were so cool and that like they were real men because they had this disgusting designed thing, but with boobs. Do you need anything else? I got some video game stories.
Do you like my anime shirt?
No. Did you just put that on? You little shit.
I want a Vegeta shirt. But they still got girls.
They were married with kids and everything, and their wives were like, oh my god. And I'm just like, there's somebody for everybody. There's somebody who likes your weird.
I instead of saying there's somebody for everybody, I think the more sensible way to say it is everybody settles. You settled for a fake doctor. I'm settling for you as a co-host. Like we are, you know.
Sorry, Jedediah is busy.
You're settling for someone with less manners than you would prefer. But I think it's important for the guys to understand. Do guys cold approach you? Does anybody cold approach you?
I don't go outside.
So nobody cold approaches you.
It's kind of hard. How are you going to find me?
I think so many guys don't approach girls right now.
I mean, I think the last time was maybe 6 years ago.
Do you get cold approached online?
You know what? I don't think I do. Somebody offered to give me money. Does that count?
What about, I know, I mean like in your DMs, like, hey, Dr. Melons, I want to get melonrific with you.
No, people were just like, can I send you money?
Wow, that's pathetic. Why do they want to send you money?
Because I'm female. I do not accept, and my husband yells at me.
Yeah, you should accept. Take all the money from those little simps.
Oh my gosh. I feel like it's immoral.
It's wild. Dom is talking French. Something about watching me for 3 years, maybe? I don't know. Depuis 3 ans. I don't know. I think he's calling you a bitch. I think Dr. Miller is doing poot.
Wow. Who is this?
I don't know. He's a French person. But you are not a bitch.
French.
I think he's calling you a bitch in French, though.
Well.
Can you speak multiple languages, by the way?
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Yo soy un
puta.
Melon.
Melon es bien. Bueno. Good for you. All right, let's go. Let's continue with this. What you drinking, by the way?
Agua. Water.
Agua? Reverse osmosis?
Reverse osmosis.
Yeah. Can you drink the water for all the perverts watching? Oh, yeah. Erotic.
But I didn't ever for 1 second forget that they were still guys, all right? And they still had and retained the power of a man, the same power that I'm talking about that, a guy sees when he sees, a naked woman or a really like sexy woman or something. All guys have that. Yep. And it's not visible to them, but it is visible to women.
Yes, women are Like when I look at a girl and I say, wow, she has nice boobs, she has nice body, whatever. Women, they like look at your shoulders, they look at your muscles. They're like, oh, that guy. You know, girls, you know what? Girls red pilled me on this, but so many girls, when I'm dating them, they always grab my ass. They're like, you have such a nice butt. I'm like, get off of me, you fucking weirdo.
My husband doesn't have a butt, and I'm always on that.
Well, he is white. He's living up to that stereotype. But yeah, but they do have their like what's one thing about your husband that you are attracted to besides his money?
Well, when we met, he had a really nice jawline.
Nice.
And I have a weak jaw, so I wanted those genes.
I see. You see, I don't give a shit about a girl's jawline, you know that. But this, like I said, there's different. That's why I wanted to have you on. You know, all over that pancake. Oh boy! Look at this guy. Say you drink that water like a. I told you there's some pervert in the chat that wants to see you doing that.
Ridiculous.
Oh boy.
All right. So even when a girl's rejecting you for this reason, she still senses your masculine power deep down. It's just the way you're acting or whatever isn't cool. Or maybe you're not really unleashing and tapping into the power she knows you has. And she's just like, I can't wait around all day. I can't deal with this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But all guys have it. Even guys I've rejected, I have still felt and seen their attractive power. And I know that if they, almost like if they knew it was there and they knew that I liked it and they knew that I wanted it, and they unleashed it or turned it on or suddenly started to bring that out more, it would be dangerous for me because then I would be vulnerable because I would be able to be manipulated and I would be kind of weak, if you know what I mean, because it's so attractive. So it would put me at like disadvantage.
Yep.
So I would never point this out to a guy necessarily. I'm just like, you know what, dude, you're on your own. You figure it out because I'm not going to make myself vulnerable to tell you that I still find you attractive, and I'm not going to tell you how you could bring it out of yourself. For example,
this is an example, like women just want you to get it. They just want you to know, because it's not sexy if she has to, you know, hold your hand through the seduction. She likes to give you hints, and you're like, okay, he's taking the bait. But you got to be comfortable. Let me ask you something, Dr. Melons. As a woman, when guys, you know, remember whenever guys approached you, okay, not just digitally, but would you ever punish these guys for showing interest in you when you were not interested? Would you ever be like, fuck you, motherfucker? You know, like
no.
Shame them or whatever?
But my friends now do that. Yeah, they do it really bad.
Right. Well, I'm not talking about those Jezebels.
Yeah,
talking
but I never did that. Never. In fact, I'd go, oh my gosh, thank you. I'm so sorry.
That's worse. I know what that is. I'm like this.
But I was single. I was just not interested.
Yeah. No, that's good.
What are you supposed to say?
That exactly. But you are sweet about it, right? I think a lot of guys are just traumatized thinking that these girls are going to be like, no. They
are.
You know?
They are. Don't lie to them. They are. They're bitches. They're terrible witches. But you got to do it anyways. What are you going to do?
So I don't think I don't know. I think if you are,
with confidence,
it's all about how you do it.
Yeah.
You know,
they smell fear.
Yes. They can smell if you are weak backbone, weak, you know, no spine. Like they'll get a whiff of that. And those are the kind of guys they'll abuse, you know. But when people in general, they respect strength physically, strength of character, you know, because it's not to be messed with. But I just think there's no ROI, negative side ROI to like, if you see a girl, go for it, especially if you're lonely, right? How did your husband meet you? Was it Friendster or something? What was it?
Yeah, I messaged him.
It was Friendster, right? Yeah. Yeah.
I
Lucky.
used to approach guys and they would tell me no and laugh at me.
Good man. Just joking. What fools? What fools, Dr. Melons?
Dude, but it happens. Like, you got to get over that shit. What are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly. But she's talking about here, like, you know, the guys, they don't take the shot because they don't think it's possible. And I'm just trying to tell them that it's totally possible.
Example, I had this male friend, all right, and I rejected him. We were dating. One time he got really angry at me in like a joking way, all right? And he really let like his masculine power that I always sensed under the surface out. And I got really turned on. But of course I did not tell him that. Okay? But if he knew that and he knew that, you know, he could bring that out more, he could use that against me. So what is this masculine power?
Why are you laughing?
Oh, sorry. I don't understand what she's saying. Like, what?
She doesn't want to let the guy know that she likes him because she feels like she's going to lose leverage. Social leverage.
Oh, well, I like it when my husband like yells at me.
We're a match made in heaven. You just don't realize it. I would yell at you all day. Wow. I would just tell you, this is terrible. The way you made the bed this morning is unacceptable.
No, not like that. But like, I'll have an idea and he'll be like, no. And then he'll just leave. And I'll be like, hey, what about? And he's like, no. I said no. And he's like, so unbothered.
I love it.
What are you gonna do?
I love it.
It's difficult to put, you know, words to it, but it's an energy that all men have that's extremely powerful. It's raw, it's rough. It's the power of, there's this book, Mode 1, okay?
Oh,
and it's kind of talking about this. I recommend you all.
That is hilarious. I didn't know she mentioned Mode 1. Mode 1. It's this book by this he's this dating coach. He passed away. Black guy named Alan Roger Curry, died when he was like 60, late 50s, early 60. But he has this book called Mode 1, and he says that you should just walk up to a girl and be as direct as possible, including like, hey, I think you're attracted. I want to have sex with you. I think that's not smart. I think you should show intent, but not direct verbal sexual intent.
Not the skanky stuff, but hey, can I take you out? You look good.
Yeah, because you read in between the lines.
Yeah, you don't have to be vulgar.
Yeah,
because then if the girl likes it, you know she's already a problem.
Right. Exactly. And yeah, so she's talking about that book. I think the premise is good, but also I think, you know, it's a little bit, I think as an African American guy, they typically do have more of a reputation of being like more on like player side of things. So if they talk like it, the girls are almost like kind of like, oh, okay, I could kind of get it, you know, because this is like the reputation you have. Because, you know, when you think of like stereotypes in society, when you think of the scientist, you think of like the dorky looking Asian guy. You think you think of the businessman is like try some white guy. And when you think of like the player, it's not like some fucking Indian guy like, hey girl, I'm the player. You know, it's like usually some smooth black guy. It's part of their music, their culture, and everything. And so I think you can get away with it more like that, but there also are like, I think the climate has changed because he wrote that book like in the 90s, I think. And I think the climate now has changed where you just can't walk up to a girl and be more openly sexual. You know, she could record you with her iPhone or she sees you coming up on her. It's a different climate, but you should strategically make your intent known. That's for sure, in my opinion.
What?
Got nothing to say.
I mean, I agree.
Why do I even have you on? You do realize you're supposed to talk as a YouTuber, right?
Okay, so
I know you're in your oppressive household. Your husband doesn't want to hear you or hear your thoughts or anything. He just shuts you out and ignores you. But it's okay to express yourself on YouTube. People want to hear your perspective. That's what the basis of YouTube is.
well, yeah. I mean, I like direct. I like immediately asking, "Can I take you out to dinner? Can I take you for a coffee?
What
Or
about
do you want to go
when
have coffee now?"
What if a guy is being really indirect about you, but you know he is just wanting to have sex with you, but he's being indirect about it? How do you feel about that kind of
Well,
guy?
look, I don't do that type of stuff, so I would not talk to someone who I knew did not care to get to know me.
Right. So but if you could quantify it, what about it turns you off? Is the fact that you could feel that he just wants sex. He doesn't actually want to get to know you.
Yeah, like you can tell if someone just thinks of you as like an object or wants to actually see if there's more to you than just what you look like.
Oh, you're spot on. You're mimicking my masculine grunt. But yeah, I think it's just a little slimy too, like pretending to be one thing and you're actually the other. I think that's another side of it. It's kind of slimy. Gotta be direct, but not too direct.
Read it. And basically, it said if every man took a truth serum and he said exactly what he thought, and
all these bitches are retarded.
He did exactly what he wanted, and he kind of didn't give a fuck anymore.
He's me.
Shut up and take my money.
And he said brutal, I guess, raw honesty about girls. Like, instead of just being like, you're beautiful, if what he was really thinking was like, oh my God, I would love to just like throw you down on this couch and fuck you right now or whatever.
Don't recommend that. After you get to know her and you still feel like that and she's ready for you to talk to her like that, like date maybe 2, 3.
Dude, if you are Henry Cavill, fine. Anyone else, please don't.
Right. But this is like the HR meme. If the Chad says it to her, but the Chad is, you see, people did the depiction of the Chad is visual in this thing. But the reality is, if she likes you, not because you're Chad, but if she likes you, you can talk to her like this. And she'll be like, okay, If she doesn't like you, then it's like, hello, HR. I'm gonna find the meme. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The hello, is it the hello HR meme? Yeah. Here we go. Oh, this is a meme generator. I can make one. Where is? I can't find the original ones. Looking good, Susan. There we go. Here we go. 1 second, chat. What's on your favorite website? Reddit. See, people will interpret this as, oh, if you're this fat, nerdy guy, you won't get pussy. But the only difference is Susan just happens to like this guy and Susan happens to dislike this guy. But you could flip these guys because all that matters is what Susan likes. So you guys gotta find your Susan who sees you like this. Because that's another thing. When a girl likes you, dude, it gets you high. At least it does for me. When a girl likes me, I'm just like, yeah, that's right. You better like me. It gives you so much confidence. I think that's why when guys are used to girls liking them so much, they cheat so often. Because like you got the girl at home gassing you up and like worshiping the ground you walk on, and then you're like, of course I'm the shit. And then you go take that energy to other girls. Not speaking from experience, I would never endorse that on this channel. But you got to shoot your shot. You got to go out there, and the only way you're going to figure it out is by talking to the girl. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. You know, it's a certain kind of charm, and you know, just aura you have about yourself when you just confidently deal with women, right? When you, like, for example, when you come to the show with me, but then you have your little simp minions on your little show, those little liberal guys are like, you know, the dynamics is a lot different, and you abuse those guys.
I feel like
you bully them a little bit.
I feel like they bully me.
You like to be bullied because you're always the top. You like to be put in your place because I don't think you want.
Well, I
you
mean,
don't want to be controlled all the time.
I am a control freak, so
yes. So you know how you beat the control freak? You out control them. But it's a different dynamic, right?
I don't know. I feel like I don't really defend myself much.
What about in day-to-day life when you meet a guy and you immediately sense him supplicating to you? How does that make you feel?
What day-to-day life where there's a new what?
No, like in a social context, maybe you're at a party, maybe you're a waiter.
Like my friend's beta husband or something come around and start talking to me, telling me about
changing how he
some superhero comic that's coming out or something.
Sure.
What do I feel? Dead inside?
When you could tell like a guy changes how he interacts with someone just because they're a woman. Well, kind of like he talks like, changes who he is to be like more nicer and acceptable to you. Are you aware of this?
I've seen two extremes. Either they become very nice or they become very, very mean.
Yeah. The mean is interesting, right? Because I think when they're mean, they're just sexually frustrated. They want you. They know they can't have you.
Yeah. And they want to like punish you because they can't.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I'm literally just standing here.
It's so funny. It's so petty, right? I felt like that too. I have met girls that have made me feel that way. But when I catch myself, I'm like, this don't. Just kidding. You got to just deal with it. It is what it is.
I mean, it's the same when girls come and they're jealous of you. They'll be mean to you or they'll be like fake nice to you.
Yeah.
It's just like, whatever. This is life.
There's this girl that used to come over here, and I'm pretty sure this girl was a guest on the show, and I'm pretty sure she knew that I was banging this other girl, but this girl would come into my house and like go into the cabinets like on her own and take water bottles and kind of overly make herself at home. And I feel like she was sub-communicating to the girl, like, bitch, you can't tell me what to do in this house. Like, watch this. And the other girl would come to me. She's like, that girl is nuts. I was like, yeah, I know. She's just here for the show. Let's just get her in and out. But yeah, that it's funny. And very, very few people pick up on these games. These like, these micro social dominance games, these micro social things. That's all tied into frame as well. And I think that's why it's so important. That's why I've started to have you on. Because I just think it's important for guys to see me interacting with a woman and actually not doing it in a combative way every episode. Like, wow, you fucking bitch. You dumb 304. Like, even just like in a platonic way, or, sometimes when I flirt with you and make you laugh, I think it's just good because these guys have close to zero reference point, unless it's like Fresh and Fit or the whatever podcast, or where they're just yelling at whores. Like, you're literally getting a dumb drunk whore, liquoring her up, and then she's giving bad opinions. Everybody's like, oh my God. Like, she's a drunk whore, literally. Like, what philosophical greatness were you expecting her to come up with? So we're doing Lord's work. I want more girls to come on the show with me when I relocate. Because Japanese people are so camera shy. They don't want to be on the show consistently. But like American girls, they can't get enough of the clout. They're just like, yeah, I'll do whatever it takes. Bring me on. Not you. I'm talking about a couple generations after you. Like 3 generations after you.
Wow.
You are Gen X?
Mm-hmm.
You and Cappy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I am a millennial. Do you know that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Was millennial after X?
Yes.
And then there's Zoomers, and now there's Gen Alpha, and now there's Gen Beta.
Cooked.
Mega cooked.
Mm-hmm. They're living up to their name. All right.
Let's wrap up this video. Mega cooked. I'm glad we say cooked at the same time.
It's like kind of raunchy and dirty, but that was what he was honestly feeling. That is attractive. All right. If he's angry and he acts angry, that is attractive. It's this power that men have that's just like, maybe like if you're a guy watching this, you can understand it from the reverse perspective. Like, are there certain things that women do and you're just like, oh my God, like I am at your mercy. It's the same.
I like when women are around the house and they're humming, you know, they're like, like just humming and happy. I'm like, this is like a little Disney princess, like running around the house, like humming, and my dog is chasing her. You know, it livens up my super high stress, high competitive workaholic existence.
Yeah. I listen to metal when I cook.
Yeah, that's just terrible. Your husband is like married like a dysfunctional retard. That's my wife. She's blasting heavy metal in the kitchen.
Uh-oh, retard alert.
Where's retard tracking software system? Where's this guy? There's a guy here. His username is retard tracking system or something from X.
Oh yeah, retard finder. Yeah, I thought.
No, it's a different guy.
Another one.
I don't know. He's retard tracking system. Great guy.
For girls with guys, certain things they do. So my point in this video is always know and always remember that even if you're being rejected by a girl, that doesn't mean that you're fundamentally unattractive. She knows you're a guy still, okay? And all guys have this fundamental attractiveness to women. It's just that a lot of times these guys they don't know how to bring it out, and women aren't going to help them because that makes women vulnerable. So what do you think of this video? I hope you understand what I'm saying, and please, I'd love to hear any thoughts. Thank you, and good night.
Thank you, and good night. Good night.
I like how she doesn't try for her videos.
She has, guess how many views that video has?
1 million.
More.
2 million?
More.
3.
Less.
2.5.
2.9. Oh, here he is. Retard tracking system. This is the guy I'm talking about. I've been summoned.
Uh-oh, retard alert.
This is the guy. He's here because you're here. He's he's good.
Wow.
He's finding him. He's really good. He was drawn to my retardation, but I think you've trumped me over so far. But yeah, I think guys got to realize that there's all sorts of things. Allie, I used to have her on the show. We used to talk. She told me, we were chatting, she's like, I could never go for a millionaire guy. She's like, because those guys have problems that I don't want to deal with. Like, and she's like, and it's always usually involving other women.
Mm-hmm. Don't
like,
want that. No, thank
yeah,
you.
Exactly. So it's like not every girl is shooting for the tippity top. I would say the delusional ones are, like, the really hot girls too, who are still like having ridiculous standards all the way up into their 40s. I used to chat with this girl. She's so hot, right? But 44, and she's still like, I'm not gonna settle. I'm not gonna. She looked good. She was so fine. I'm like, but like, do you realize like, you either can't have kids, or you're gonna have like a fucking retard, or you're gonna have like a miscarriage. Like at 44, you're like, we're really pushing it here. And didn't want to hear it. Didn't want to hear it. So those kind of women are cooked. But who wants to be with the delusional woman? No matter how attractive she is, if she's delusional, you know.
I think it might be like an IQ thing too.
But they're hot.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you have a high IQ.
But they put effort into staying hot. I think that takes intelligence.
No.
Even if they have a good job too, like 6-figure salary.
Do you know how many people with 6-figure salaries are just completely the retard tracking system probably can find a couple with PhDs and doctorates, and I'm a fake one, but like real ones.
You're a real PhD. Don't downplay your success. You have a PhD in relationships and psychology from University of Central Florida. Go Knights. Congratulations.
Make it up. Okay.
You are educated PhD. Somebody said, I can't find Dr. Melon's YouTube channel. I'm telling you, you're sitting on 1 million subscriber. If you let me coach you,
I'm not going to be Dr. Melons.
I'm telling you, it would be the rebrand of a century. And you got, because you're 48, you know, you got
3 years.
Yeah. But we can do it in 18 months.
Do you remember like that sex therapist, Dr. Ruth, from like the 70s?
The name sounds familiar.
She was this old whore, right? And she would talk about whoring and stuff like that. And she was an old doctor whore. And she had a show, and she was like 1,000 years old. I can do that.
But you're not a whore. You're just old.
Yeah, but I can just be old and talk about something. If they'll listen
to them goes far. Why
is being a whore more interesting?
It is. She's dead.
Of course she's dead. She was 200.
No, 96. Dr. Ruth Westheimer, yeah? She's a Holocaust survivor.
They all are.
I'd rather have that the America I love full with Jews rather than
haram.
Yeah, well, you got to kick Tate out then.
He's not a real Muslim. And
well, he better convert. You better be like, convert.
He needs to be Christian. Make Christianity great again.
Throw holy water on him.
I think today's episode was very good episode. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for having me on the show, your show earlier today. That's why I was late, chat. I look forward to making more contact with you. And if you enjoyed today's episode and you want to learn how to talk to girls, you want to learn how to be more of a social guy, check out the links in the description box below. Book a one-on-one or join my monthly coaching, which comes with a one-on-one and a Telegram chat and 2 full multi-hour long coaching sessions on Zoom with me, all in 1 month. That's the group coaching. The link is in the description box below. We will be back tomorrow for the Tokyo Crypto Show. Markets have been wild. We'll be talking about that. Where do I sign up for Dr. Melon's course? Right here. Go to modernlifedating.com/monthly and Dr. Melon's get right to you. Until then, we'll see you guys next time.